folks, it's me, Brian. Welcome to another Malt Liquor Friday. Instead of having malt liquor, I'm having a strong, dark ale from Belgium. And this one is called Gouden Carolus. Here's what the label looks like. It's an Imperial dark ale. It's 11% alcohol by volume. And according to the website by the producer, Het Anker, Hetanker, based in Belgium, they produce this every February 24th in honor of some saint. And the label kind of alludes to that. It says the Emperor is back, which reminds me of a Slick Rick song called The Ruler's Back. Anyway, folks, this is 11% alcohol by volume. It's a dark ale, as I said, and the label reads as such: this exceptional ale ages well, developing a refined complexity and intense aromas, with powerful notes of roasted malts, caramel, and plums. Its surprisingly soft and fruity aroma combines a warm roundness with a refreshing taste. An Imperial brew to cherish and enjoy in moderation. Of course, folks, in moderation. And the neck says when this was brewed, 2021. So apparently this must have been brewed in February of 2021. So it has aged in this bottle. So let's crack this one open, folks. It suggests a temperature of 50 to 54 degrees or 10 to 12 degrees Celsius for my folks over in the UK and Europe and all over where they use Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. As you can see, it's not twist off. That's a good start. And it has a champagne cork in here. So it's highly pressurized, folks. Now they have a lot of beers in their lineup, and I'm gonna go through them a little bit later, but this is their Imperial Dark. And they even give you a handy flavor wheel, if you will, on the website that gives you what kind of notes you should be tasting, and it's listed under their technical card. So here's what it looks like. It is dark. Now let's see if we get all that aroma they boast and brag about. So let me look at this label again. It says fruity aroma, caramel and plums. Well, of course you're gonna get the roasted malts. You could just look at it and you know you're gonna get roasted malts. Now it's very dark, almost opaque. Can hardly see through it. It was very bubbly, and there's a little bit of head. Like fingers worth. It's foamy and tan and creamy. So this is much more head you would get in like a Chimay. Forgive me, folks who love Chimay. I'm using your glass for other purposes today. I'm having a different Belgian ale. Let's give it a sniff, folks. Okay, I'm picking up the malt, the roasted malt. I'm picking up a little fruitiness. Can't say what it is. It's not necessarily citrus, kind of like an orange. Do you consider orange citrus? I thought maybe citrus is lime and lemon. Well, I'm picking up orange and spice, naturally spice with your Belgian ales. So let's give it a taste. Prost, my friends. Gouden Carolus has a classic, a triple, a whiskey infused, a Imperial, a Hopstengor, a Ultra, an Imperial Blonde, an Indulgence, and even a Christmas ale. Okay, I think that's enough. I don't need multiple more tastes of it. I think I have a feel for it immediately. So, this is very sweet. Almost like a candy sugar sweetness. It is Not very. It doesn't have any dry finish at all. You get no bitterness at all. Just candy, rock candy kind of sugar. Very sweet, like sweet tea type of taste on the tongue. The body is in between medium and full body, closer to full body. So it's a pretty heavy beer on the tongue, and it's pretty sweet beer on the tongue, and it has no dry finish at all. So it's not very balanced. Now, plums, I'm not really tasting that. Caramel, I taste a little bit of the caramel, but not really plum. And like I said, I smelled something that smelled like orange. And I don't get a lot of the spice that you normally get from Belgian ales. I don't think they use the hops that will get you what you need in a Belgian ale to balance some of the sweetness. So, drinkability, I give it a thumbs up, with the caveat that it is a little bit too sweet. I would probably have this again, but this wouldn't be one of my go-tos. I can't remember where I got this from. I got it a while ago. And when I say a while, that means like 2-3 weeks. When I get like a Belgian style ale and it sits in my house for more than 5 days, it feels like a while ago. Because I would have these things like every day if it were up to me. But I try to, diversify and explore other styles. So I've had this in my house for, a good 2 weeks or so. So I can't remember where I got it from, and I don't have the receipt on hand. I did get excited when I saw that it was an Imperial Dark, and it was from Belgium, and it has this guy on a horse. I'm a sucker for the labels. They kind of draw me in if it's an interesting looking label. But I must say that it didn't meet my expectations. The drinkability is yes. I would have it again. I definitely would drink it if someone offered it to me. I doubt you would find this at someone's house. I doubt you would have this at someone's house at a party. But I could see this being on the menu somewhere, some fancy restaurant. And if there was another Belgian ale that I like on the menu at that fancy restaurant, I probably would get that other Belgian ale. But I give it a thumbs up for its drinkability. It's not the worst tasting Belgian ale, and it's definitely not the best. However, it does beat out some other Belgian style ales made by other producers who actually aren't in Belgium. So, thumbs up, kind of. Scale of 0 to 100, maybe I'd give it about a 75 or so. My expectations weren't met, and when that usually happens, you can't give it a high rating. But it's a decent beer. It's a decent beer. I don't know how much I paid for it. I won't say that I overpaid for it because it's a decent beer, and it probably costs a lot to produce this. It's probably made of some high quality ingredients. However, I just don't think it's balanced enough. So, in summary, this is not balanced enough for me. It's a little bit too sweet. The aroma is decent, but it's just a little bit too sweet for me. So, folks, the beer in the cup is in a different position because I got interrupted. But I wanted to finish and say, there you have it. That's my review. Drinkability, thumbs up. And I give it a B. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will see you later, folks.